Hey guys, let's get back to putting this 924 turbo back together after painting body. Let me get you caught up. So I did a few things without doing video. I put the side marker lights on, really straightforward. It just comes through there. A couple of nuts, plastic nuts. I put the license plate holder back on and the plate, and then basically what you have are just a couple of studs that come through, right? I also put the license plate lights on their little brackets, and those just have little screws that go up. Also, I tested both sets of lights to make sure they work. So what remains back here are the tail light assemblies. And I'm fixing to put those on. I tested every bulb inside of them. So that'll be a thing. And I'm going to show you a trick. I'm going to try it. Instead of ordering the seals, which are like these gooey, tarry seals that go in these channels, right, along this lens assembly, I'm going to try to use some silicone, but I'm not going to stick them on while it's gooey because it pooches out and it looks terrible. I think I'm going to put a bead down nice and even and let it cure to where it's, you know, semi-solid. Silicone never gets really hard. It's kind of pliable, flexible. And try that as a seal. Also, I did put the mirrors back on, you know, which involves the gaskets I had were good, death pad they call them. And then I had to get in there and splice the mirror wiring back together. So that is the, 5 conductors that go to the mirror, pan, tilt, all that stuff. So the reason I didn't put the door card back on is because I go to put the door handles on. So the 2 things I did order are the little desk pads for the door handles, and what else did I get? I got a rear hatch seal. So let's go ahead and knock out the rear hatch. Right, so looks like it is a Porsche part. So typically what you want is the end of these. You start in the middle at the top and wrap it around and have the 2 loose ends come to here. I think it's got loose ends. Every one that I've ever taken off has. And I'm trying to remember if I've ever bought one of these rear hatch seals. Anyway, let's get it out of the bag and see what it does. Okay, so it's not split, but there's a seam where the ends join together. And on the ones that are sun-baked, I assume this is how it was at the factory, that'll split and you'll get a gap there, and road debris and dust will come in there. Seen that on just about every 944 and 924 I've had. I've got it started. Now the trick is on your headliner, you've got to tuck it in the seal as you go. So use a trim tool or whatever and kind of push that underneath, and that's what holds the headliner in place. Okay, so initially starting at the bottom didn't work out very good because I ended up with some extra up top. So I came around from the top down, right? And I'm following up with a soft rubber mallet, beating it down, and I've got some extra. So that's the reason they're all split, is because you will have extra, I guess. I mean, it's all nestled on there real good. I didn't stretch it or anything like that. It's a little warm in the shop today. But, yeah, obviously, I'm going to have to cut maybe inch, 3/4 of an inch out of it to get it to fit properly. So not too bad. Had to cut that much out. You'll have to use snips to get those pieces out, cut through that metal. So, very good. Yep, just a nice little bead all around the channel there. And I went ahead and stuck the other one on, didn't let it cure. I didn't get very messy with it, so it'd be all right. Yeah, that looks super nice. Those are the original taillight assemblies that came with this car. Amazingly, not cracked. Right, so I got the hatchback on, and that can be done with one person. I mean, basically, you got to kind of balance it on your belly, the spoiler, and carefully set it down where the hinges align on the interior. Of course, there's a couple of cap screws in here. Aligning those is always a pain in the butt. Take a long bolt, and that'll help you get that aligned where you can put those stubby little cap screws in. So next I got to prop it open and put the shock absorbers on the struts, and need to splice the windshield wiper back together, the cable. Okay, let's put the door handles on. Here's the new desk pads that Porsche calls them, the gaskets that they sit on. So this is fun. I always enjoy this. Not. Okay, inside the door there's two things you've got to join on with linkage. One is the actual door opener. That's that little peg you see peeking out there. The other one is the locking mechanism. That's up above it. Can't really see it. Well, it's this linkage. It's a little plastic linkage item. Let's see, I can't even get a picture of it. There it is. So that actually locks the door. And both those mechanisms to engage, in other words, to open the door, you're pushing that peg down, and to lock the door, you're pushing that link down, okay? The reason I'm mentioning that is because if you get these handles confused about which one goes where, look to see that the handle is actuating in the right direction. I think this is the wrong handle, so let me grab the other one. So yeah, when I press on the latch, it pushes that arm down. That's to unlatch the door, you know, to open the door. And then the same would be true for the door lock mechanism. That guy there, that cam would turn and push that peg down. So I know this is the right handle for this door. So I also have my gaskets preset. You got to have them on there, right? And then you're ready to stick it on. This is going to be hard to do with just one hand. I'll try to illustrate. It's a little tricky. Yeah, there's no way I can show you that. The only way to describe it is that hook. You may think that large part of the hook, that just kind of gets it in the opening. What actually holds it in place is this back half. So once you kind of work that and that into the two openings, you pull it towards the back of the door, and then it'll nestle in. That's the only way I can describe it. It's pretty crazy. I've probably done this at least 24 times, and each time I'm scratching my head going, why is this so hard? And then once you're confident it's in there properly, you put this special screw in there. It's like a 6mm with a Phillips head, stubby, and that will pull it towards the back of the door even more and really lock it in. Also, double check your gasket. Make sure all that is nestled in there properly. So I used a small pair of channel locks to press that mechanism, that cam or whatever you want to call it, onto the door latching mechanism. Now it's a matter of getting in here. You can barely see it. There it is, that white, that's for the door lock. And I think it's on that nib. I just got to press it on there with something. So on the driver's side, that dog bone broke when I tried to press it on up here. So I took it out of the locking mechanism inside the door and put it on the handle. I think that's the better way to do it, because the nib is more accessible. So let's try it that way and see if I can prevent from breaking something else. So having the dog bone on the mechanism on the handle is the way to go, because it's really hard to get in there and press it on that little nib, but I was able to do it, and I didn't break it, and I confirmed operation with the key on the exterior of the car. So at least I won't lock myself out of the car, right? Well, I guess I could always go through the hatch. There is that. Okay, putting the door cards back on. So make sure your switches and your window switches and your mirror control is all mounted. A lot of times I'll test them. Put your plugs on. It's easy to tell which one goes where. The longer one goes to the back switch. Needs a little bit more cable. Make sure those are routed properly, not through the window channel. That'll stop your window from going up. And the biggest mistake I see on these cars, 924s and 924s, is when people are putting these door cards back on, this tab has to go in that slot. That helps pull the door. But I see them all the time where they're bent over, and that'll trash that fiber, because these door cards are pretty flimsy. This is probably one of the better door cards I've ever seen. Not all waterlogged and everything. So anyway, make sure you slot that. So it's a process where you slot that in there, and then you make sure the window scraper, interior window scraper, fits in the channel. And then finally, your last thing to align is your door lock knob. So the handle has these pretty robust wood screws, and they go in at a weird angle from underneath here. You can see that hole. It's almost like a 45-degree angle up. And those go right into the sheet metal of the door, so they're important. So that grab handle is stout. The door pocket has 3 screws that go through the door card, and then those screws go into the sheet metal also. So they're troublesome because you're running them through the carpet, right? That's a screw hole, barely see it, through the door card into the sheet metal. So what I've been doing, once I get the door pocket on, I run a probe or an awl through there to locate that screw hole, and that'll get you lined up. Otherwise you're going to be gnashing your teeth trying to find that little bitty hole through carpet and vinyl and particle board. It's like 4 layers of crap. So the latching mechanism has the most unusual screw on this whole damn car. This pan head, fine thread that holds that decorative piece goes right in there. You lose that in your hose because there's not much of anything else that's going to work in there.